For many years, there has been a growing concern about the rise of cyber fraud and criminals exploiting the internet of malicious activity. That's why in this video, I'll be teaching you how to recognize signs of fraud and what you can do to protect yourself from becoming a victim. Stay tuned. In the late 1990s, the internet had already become a significant part of our lives. You probably remember purchasing airline tickets online, but online banking might not have been on your radar just yet. Social media had yet to make its mark, and your trusty camera still relied on good old-fashioned film. If you were lucky enough to own a cell phone, well, chances are you still had the buttons back then. Then in the early 2000s, the dot-com bubble started to deflate, unraveling the reality that not all technology companies or online ventures would be financially successful. Amidst this, a notorious group emerged, mastering the art of cybercrime and exploiting vulnerabilities in the digital world. Greetings, I'm Cynthia Sears, Chief Investigator at Austin Investigations. I hold a professional license from the Bureau of Security Investigative Services, which some call BSIS, in the state of California. And today I want to shed light on the evolving landscape of cyber fraud, which has become increasingly sophisticated. Now, let's rewind back to the year 2000. When online scams first made their way into the digital world back then. Law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, were still grappling with how to tackle these crimes, and victims found themselves helpless as criminals would be anywhere on the globe while they suffered in their own town and cities. And we haven't, at that time, even established a dedicated cyber division yet. So many of the investigations were handled by white-collar crime squads and prosecuted as wire fraud. And the reason why they were prosecuted as wire fraud was because we didn't have a penal code for that yet, because it didn't exist until it started. So fast forward to today, the FBI, they're adept to all this at connecting the dots between these various scams happening across the country and around the world, because they've set up this IC3 website, which you could find on the FBI website, where citizens can report cybercrime and seek assistance if they're a fallen victim of any of these frauds. And these frauds are just getting better and better as, each day. So now let's talk about some of these scams themselves, as there is countless lurking out there, and many which have arrived conveniently to us through emails. And I'm sure all of you have anybody who uses a computer and has emails has received some of these. And it's crucial to pay close attention to those emails, because they do come from someone you recognize. You have to make sure that these emails are actually someone you recognize, because it could be the same email address, but just one little letter change, which makes it somebody totally different. So if they claim to be from your bank, do they use the same email address your bank normally uses? It's essential not to respond to emails from your bank or credit card company. And I will tell you why in just a moment. And as it might not even be. So as a private investigator, my role extends beyond merely investigating cases for you. It is equally crucial for me to educate you about the prevalent threats in our industry. So let's dive deeper into the world of cybercrime. In recent times, criminals have become masters of deception by utilizing techniques like spoofing and phishing. Spoofing involves creating website, emails, or even telephone IDs that mimic the genuine vendors or banks we trust. Allow me to provide you with a few illustrated examples. Like for instance, with some of these spoofing apps that are out there, somebody could actually put your mother's caller ID or your best friend's caller ID so that when they call you, your mother's caller ID or best friend's caller ID shows up on your phone when they're calling you. So they could put any number that they want, and they could say, hey, I got your mother, and scare you. And people are doing this. So this is why, like, recently, all these criminals, they become master deception by utilizing these techniques, with the spoofing and phishing. And it does involve creating the website, emails, and telephone IDs, like I just said. And it's unfortunate there are individuals who take advantage of unsuspecting people with promises of eliminating interest on credit cards. Like, for instance, however, it's essential to be vigilant and informed to protect yourself from such scams. Remember, credit card companies are the only ones who can determine and alter interest rates on your cards or loans. So beware of anyone claiming they can magically erase all your interest payments. Let me share an example to illustrate how these scammers operate. Imagine you receive a call from someone claiming to be a government service, offering to remove interest from your credit cards. Sounds good, huh? They may even provide a bogus story about helping people with credit card debt. While it might be tempting to believe them, it's crucial to recognize the red flags and not fall for their tricks. In a conversation with the scammer, they might ask you for your card information, like your Visa number, expiration date, or that CVS number. Now, I need to tell you, never provide these details to anyone you don't trust. And even the people that you do trust, because you might trust that person who calls you, and they might not be who they say they are. Instead, question their legitimacy and demand proof of their credibility. Remember, they're the ones trying to take advantage of you, not the other way around. So I have a little rule that anybody that calls me, if they ask for any personal information, I never give it to them. So as long as you do that, you're playing it safe. And if you if they're claiming to be your bank, well, say, okay, thank you. Call your bank. Call not the number they give you on the phone or on the email. Call the number that you would normally call. Maybe it's on your bank card. Maybe it's on your statement. Call that number. Don't ever call the number they give you. Because educating yourself about these scams is essential in today's world. And by understanding how scammers operate, you can protect yourself and spread awareness among friends and family, ensuring they don't fall victim to such fraudulent schemes. And you need to stay informed, stay vigilant, and don't let these criminals succeed in their attempts to steal from you, because that's what they're doing. And another thing, this is really big. Romance scams have emerged as one of the most financially devastating forms of internet fraud. And in these scams, criminals assume a false online identity, appearing sincere, caring, and credible. And eventually they manipulate these victims in providing money under false pretenses, often citing medical expenses or legal fees, or I want to come see you. There's all kinds of different reasons why, they ask for money later on. And now you might assume that such scams are less prevalent today. Well, let me tell you. However, with the rise of online relationships and increased reliance on electronic communication like email and social media, the environment has become ripe for scams, including romance scams, to thrive. Learning about these scams may lead you to believe that you could never fall victim to them. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. And criminals understand that it's not only the most vulnerable who can be deceived, it's crucial to recognize that we all have vulnerabilities and that can be exploited. Consider individuals who would typically exercise caution when sending money to an overseas vendor for purchase. Due to the pressures and concerns associated with global pandemic, some may feel that they have no other choice. Regrettably, criminals have become adept at identifying these vulnerabilities, making it difficult to spot the warning signs of a scam. And to illustrate, let's delve into a few examples of how romance scams operate. The catfish. A lot of you have heard about the catfish. Imagine developing an online relationship with someone who seems genuine and caring. However, unbeknownst to you, they have created a fake identity to manipulate your emotions and gain your trust. This person may gradually reveal personal hardships or financial difficulties, ultimately leading to requests for monetary assistance. And the other one is the urgent crisis. A scammer may fabricate a crisis, such as a sudden illness or legal trouble, to evoke sympathy or urgency. They exploit your empathy, making it harder to resist the pleas and financial support. And that is something that is very common, and like, especially with the love trap. In some cases, scammers spend considerable time building a romantic connection, and they create the illusion of a deep emotional bond, often through heartfelt messages and shared experiences. Once trust is established, they exploit the relationship to solicit money. By familiarizing yourself with the tactics deployed by these criminals, you can better identify potential scams and protect yourself and others from falling victim to their deceptive schemes. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember that awareness is your strongest defense. Cyber criminals target people of all ages and backgrounds, using various tactics such as phishing emails, malware, and identity theft to steal money and personal information. And it's essential to understand how to safeguard yourself against these online threats. Cyber criminals use various methods to steal your personal information or money. Phishing attacks are one of the common tactics where hackers use misleading messages that look legitimate to trick you into giving them your login credentials, credit card details, and other personal information that would be detrimental. Ransomware is another type of cybercrime that encrypts your files of computer systems, and it requires a ransom to return your data. Identity theft refers to stealing someone's personal information to make purchases or take advantage of their credit. And these are just a few examples of the many online threats that exist. And it's essential to practice safe online behavior to reduce the risk of falling victim to cybercrime and fraud. Here are some tips to stay safe. Use a strong, unique password for each account and use a password manager to keep track of your credentials. Two-factor authentication adds an extra level of security by requiring a code in addition to a password for access to an account. And do not open suspicious emails or click on links or attachments from unfamiliar or suspicious senders. Do not respond to unsolicited calls or messages from unknown numbers. Use reliable antivirus, anti-malware software, and keep it updated regularly. and check your bank accounts, credit card statements, and other financial accounts regularly for any unauthorized transactions. Cybercrime and fraud are a growing concern in today's world, and it's crucial to protect yourself. Taking simple steps such as using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, being suspicious of unsolicited messages, and using antivirus software can go a long way in keeping your information and money safe. Being aware of the different types of cybercrime and fraud, taking precautions can help you avoid becoming a victim of these online threats. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe. My name is Cynthia Sears. I'm with Austin Investigations, and my website and my phone number are down below. It's 661-236-4955, or go to the website. It has a phone number there too, and it tells you all the different things that I can help you with if you need the help of a private investigator. Bye, and have a wonderful day, and happy 4th of July. You probably heard some of the background over here, but it's been quite noisy over here, and but it's been fun. All right. Take care. Bye.